Previously on A Very Odd Caster.
Dumb, idiotic, and useless.
What studio would be complete without the obligatory picture of Elvis and Richard Nixon? How did that ever come about? Again, I have no idea if that's going to work. I have no idea if any of this is going to work. And then comes the ceiling, where we'll cover up the jellyfish tentacles and secure the insulation. And we'll be screwing that into the wood joists, as they are called. And you know, I just learned that it's pronounced joist, like hoist. I always thought it was Joyce. You know, I thought they were named after Dr. Joyce Brothers. I really did. Israel-Palestine war. Of course, this has been going on for centuries, since biblical times, before biblical times even. The other thing I don't get is that people are trying to blame Biden for somehow being responsible for this. I mean, come on. He was only a kid when all this started. A woman was rescued from an outhouse toilet in northern Michigan after she climbed in to retrieve her Apple Watch. The woman, whose name was not released, she goes by Shithead. The distinctive wiener on wheels is reverting back to the original name. This took place after a successful multi-million-dollar lobbying campaign from the Kardashian sisters.
How about if I pull a rabbit out of my hat? Oh.
The woman declared the small box of feces when she was selected to have her belongings inspected upon arriving at the Minneapolis-St. Paul airport. The woman told officials she planned to use the waste to make a necklace, as she had done in the past with moose poop. Darling, you look lovely tonight. You smell like shit, but you look lovely.
1, 2,
Well, hello, and welcome again to another episode of A Very Odd Caster. Since we last met, the time changed. And so now, of course, it's hammer time.
Remember years ago when you said that the earth was cooling? Just who in the hell did you really think you were fooling? Guess they didn't have fossil fuels back then. Now turn that theory around and we'll preach it again. Because I am the waste of Westlake.
Here I am.
I am the waste of Westlake.
You said I wouldn't amount to nothing, but look at me.
The waste of Westlake.
I'm the president of the state of California.
The waste of Westlake. Learned all about asteroids in the solar system. They're kind of like hemorrhoids, just in case you missed them. Learned all about Pink Floyd. Learned all about opioids. Learned all about battle droids. Heaven, purgatory. I am the waste of Westlake.
Here I am.
I
so the time change also brought us some memes and things. And this particular meme comes to us from Tim in Indiana. And as you can see here, the meme says, "I had sex for an hour and 40 seconds last night. Thanks, daylight savings." I like it. Good. That's 5 gold stars in my book. Thank you, Tim from Indiana. There's been a lot of talk about doing away with the time change and just leaving it on daylight savings like this. I personally think that's a shitty idea. But I think your opinion kind of depends on whether you are a morning person or a night person. I am more of a night person. I like more daylight at the end of the day. I don't care if it's pitch black in the morning because I'm sleeping. Other people, however, such as the farm community, like to get up nice and early and retire nice and early, so they don't really care if it's dark at 9 o'clock because they're 10 toes up. So it kind of depends on your perspective, but as with all things, we should probably just leave it alone. And that means we probably won't leave it alone. So I talked about this new format in year 2 of A Very Oddcaster, of possibly including some guests on the program from time to time. I've got a few ideas, but until we iron those out, we'll just have to settle for talking to people here at Caster's Pub, such as this guy at the bar. How you been, man?
Yeah, not bad.
What are you drinking?
Well, you know what they say. Where there's me, the Coors Light is sure to follow.
Oh, you gave up Bush? He gave up Bush. Did he have a choice? Coming right up. Coors Light for you. So, you see that game the other day? Browns Ravens.
Ballbuster.
Yeah, man. I kept turning the TV off. I turned it back on. They were hanging around, and I think they trailed for 59 minutes and 59 seconds of that game. And only in the final second of the game, which is the only second that counts, they won. It was pretty incredible.
No doubt, Chester. But hey, man, did you hear about Watson? He's out for the year, man. Really sucks. I don't know if they got much of a shot.
Yeah, well, he was a trooper in that game because he was limping from that injury at the end of the first half. So,
Yeah, limping. Yeah, I get what you mean.
So what do you think about this weekend, Browns Steelers?
You know, I think a lot of the fans at the Steelers game are going to be really disappointed. They were going to be supposedly bringing out their own version of the terrible towels in honor of Watson. You know what I mean? Because that shit's really terrible.
So are you used to the time change? Yeah.
Time changed?
Are you originally from Westlake?
Yep, born and bred.
And you're not Logan Paul or Jake Paul, right?
No, can't say that there's any relation between me and them. I never go on YouTube, you know, unless it's to look at pictures.
Leo, are you starting a tab?
Yeah, just put it on the one I already got, Caster.
Okay. Now, if you excuse me a second, I have to introduce the next segment here of the program. As you know, we've been featuring a segment called DIY, which is dumb, idiotic, and useless. And this is going to be the third installment of that. And of course, this stems from the summer renovation project here at Caster's Pub. And
you can see all the changes.
Yeah, I hadn't really noticed any changes, Caster.
But of course, this particular project was putting in a ceiling in the studio that is adjacent to the bar here. Because where else would one put a studio? And so without further ado, here is the third installment of DIY. Well, I'm the last person on the planet Earth that should be doing a do-it-yourself video. In fact, for me, DIY does not stand for do-it-yourself. It stands for dumb, idiotic, and useless.
You may be asking yourself, what the hell are you doing with speakers? With one speaker draped over with a Star Wars towel. Well, I'm about to show you. If anything goes wrong with this project, I'm blaming Philly Fan. Okay, now do you guys know what I'm using those two speakers for? That's right. Since I'm by my lonesome, I need support. So I'm going to use that and hopefully screw the drywall into place on the facing of the beam, and in the process not knock over my speakers, which will cost me hundreds of dollars. Also, by the way, I had to add another plate there. Ooh, excuse me, jellyfish. I had to add that, and that was a big pain in the ass, because that's, as you can see, where the end of the drywall piece is, and if you look above it, those two horizontal wood plates, there was like a 4-inch gap between them from one to the other. And I'm like, there's nowhere to hammer this, because there is one bracket there, and then the next bracket was this guy. So I'm like, that is a little spooky. So I added this piece. Aren't you proud of me? Yes, kids, it is underway. We have the first strip, and now my speakers, by the way, those really did well, knock on wood. And just like that, we have facing. Yay! Now this under part, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna put it off, because I can do that and I can stand here and reach it myself. I don't need help. But jellyfish ocean up here, that's the next big thing, because I need help on that. And my son's going to college in a couple of weeks, so I better get cracking. So next task is to tie down all the jellyfish. Oh God. And then I have to cut a hole for that thing. And that's going to be a pain in the ass. And then we'll see what we're really made of. Don't you agree? Up on the roof, up on the roof. When this old world starts getting me down, and people are just too much for me to take. I'm not on the roof. I'm in jellyfish ocean. And I'm about to attach the second plank of support for this section where the two slabs of drywall meet. That's right. All right. The first one worked great, and of course I didn't videotape it. So now I'm going to attempt the second one, which, you know what that means.
it's going to be a fucking shit show. Here goes nothing. Oh, this insulation. I'm so glad I put the insulation in first. It was just such a smart thing for me to do, you know. There we go. Yeah. Ooh. God darn. Those are construction screws, and man, do they work. If I had only bought the right screws for everything, this bad boy might have been done by now. But no. There we go, kids. I'm back. All right. Ooh. Now, I have not fallen on my ass yet, but the night is young. All right, this guy needs to, screw you. Pull it in. There you go. That one's flush. That one's a little knot, but it's okay. Come on, you. You can do it. Push this crap out of the way. Where is it? There it is. There. Oops, almost. Ooh. Well, look at that. Would you look at that? Strong as an ox, but made for a woman. I don't think that's how the commercial went. I think I got that a little mixed up. But hey, that's pretty 2023. Now it's time for the third plank. My son has been a big help so far. I asked him, son, can you go get me my hat? And he said, sure, Dad. And he came back and he gave me this, which is Woody's hat from Toy Story. Keep up the good work, son. Oh, I'm just kidding. That's just a story. He didn't do that. I'm just joking, man. He gave me one of Barbara Streisand's hats. No, I'm joking there too. I just can't stop joking. All right. So that's what I like to do, this right here. Okay, I need to get it started somehow, man. And I have to screw first. Nothing like screwing first. Okay, this is a little dicey. I do not want to fall and record my demise on video. I really don't. There we go. Ooh, that's not high enough. There we go. If I can get it in there. That's what she said. Stupid thing, man. There we go. There we go. Okay. Now I think we're in business. Just getting the screw started is the hardest part, as I've always found. Yep, that's right. But enough about me. All right, here we go. Ready or not? Oh, come on. You're not in there. I can tell. Come on, man. I can't quite. There we go. Congratulations. Ooh, look at that. That's some nice shit. Yes, that's right. All right. I've got one more screw to do. And, I don't know, man. I'm kind of like pinching myself. Wow. Why is this so easy? Can't be. It can't be that easy. It's not, believe me. Finish this one. And we're combating. Let's see. I gotta move some stuff here soon. We're about to enter a major cleaning phase of this studio / storage space / shithole. No, it's not a shithole. Well, it might be a shithole, but it's my shithole. All right, how can I get this guy in here? Okay. All right. Right there, man. Or there. Somehow I gotta go left-handed here and battle the insulation. There better not be any brown recluses up there, because this ain't worth, getting bit by a brown recluse. Maybe a polka dot recluse. That might be worth it. Okay. I do nothing but digress. All right, guy. CDs, leave. Please leave the room, CDs. Your time has elapsed. Okay. There we go. Here we go. Ready or not? Ooh, look at that. That sucker ain't going anywhere, man. It's not going anywhere. So, kids, for those of you watching at home, I just did an important thing, and we're going to look at it here. So you've got 1, 2, and 3 pieces of support so that I can attach the 2 4x8 slabs of drywall. But I've got a lot of work left. I've got to do a couple other things in the corner, which is going to be a little different and a little trickier. Come, let's do it together, shall we? I'm looking forward to the next episode, aren't you? Now we're going to turn to some very odd news. Some strange but true news stories over the past month. This first one comes to us from Cherokee County, Georgia. This is... we're going to have a little video going along with this. And this headline says, "Deer rings deputy's doorbell in Georgia." A Georgia sheriff's office shared security camera footage of a deer that wandered up to a deputy's front door and rang the doorbell. The Cherokee County Sheriff's Office posted a video to Facebook showing the deer sniffing around the deputy's front porch in Canton. There, you see it right there. The deer ends up ringing the doorbell with its muzzle. The deputy's wife actually saw the deer do this, and she said, "Why isn't he cute?" And the deer apparently said, "I'm cute! I'm cute! Fireball! She thinks I'm cute!" Claymation. You can't live with it. You can't live without it. This next story is one of those message in a bottle type things. Massachusetts students' message in a bottle found in France, 26 years later. A French man cleaning trash from a beach found a message in a bottle that had been authored by a Massachusetts fifth grader 26 years earlier. However, the message was written in English, so the Frenchman couldn't understand it, and he pitched it back into the ocean. "What is this? I do not understand this." Something. There's another wildlife mixing with human habitat story, something like that. Bear steals Taco Bell delivery from Florida family's front porch. A Florida family ordered a Taco Bell delivery from Uber Eats, and their security cameras captured the moment their food was stolen off the front porch by a hungry bear. Fortunately, authorities were able to track down the bear by following the scent of its flatulence from the Taco Bell cuisine. Here's another story from the state of Florida. Go figure. Florida man cited for booty patrol truck's resemblance to a border patrol vehicle. Okay. A Florida driver was issued a citation when sheriff's deputies determined his truck labeled booty patrol too closely resembled a border patrol vehicle. The DeSoto County Sheriff's Office said that the white Chevy Silverado, which bears a green stripe on the side and the words Booty Patrol on the back, had been spotted in several counties. The driver was cited under a law banning vehicles from having red and blue lights that too closely resemble the lights on law enforcement vehicles. When police stopped the driver, he said, "Whew, geez, I haven't been able to even get arrested." And now it's time for another stupid ass thing from my childhood. So this memory takes us back to my 9th grade school year. I was about 15 years old, and that was the year we studied sex education, because why not study things we already know about, right? I mean, not really know about it, like as in experienced it, perhaps. But, everyone kind of knew the story. However, it's part of the curriculum for freshmen in high school. I was actually in junior high. Our school was 7th, 8th, and 9th, and then we went up to the high school. But in 9th grade, we were in health class, and we were doing sex education for most of the semester, I guess. And that was a field day, a gold mine for us class clowns. And then at one point, we watched a movie on childbirth. And of course, it was a very stoic presentation, a very boring narrator. And so I was, as usual, making comments and cracks. And the teachers, cracks. I was making cracks in a movie about childbirth. That's right, kids. So, the teacher was a good-natured sort, and she, I could tell, got a kick out of a lot of the jokes that were being thrown around, although she pretended to be upset. I could tell she thought they were funny. So, we need more teachers like that in the world. So anyhow, I'm making smart comments and everything, and then the lady in the film is in the hospital, and she's about to have her baby. And I am, chirp, 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 ha, ha, ha. Well, then they showed the baby being born, coming out, along with lots of blood. I wasn't ready for that. And okay, so I kind of get squeamish at the sight of blood. And there it was. And the next thing I knew, I'm lying on my back, looking up, trying to focus on the teacher, who had an incredible smirk of satisfaction on her face. She said, "You were saying, Mr. Castor?" Oh, yeah. So I, suffer from these syncope bouts every few years. Dehydration is a prime culprit, but back before that, this class and whatnot, a lot of blood kind of gets me. I could not be a healthcare professional. So, but yeah, so this was, way before social media and mobile phones and texting and everything. And yet, word got around within, I don't know, it seemed like 15 minutes, the whole school knew what happened to me. It was pretty embarrassing. It was the wrong kind of celebrity status, if you know what I mean. And I had a follow-up a couple of years later, but it had nothing to do with blood. I was actually coming down with the flu or something. And it was a Friday. It was basketball Friday, and I was a member of the basketball team, and we had to get all dressed up for a game day. And I was in a study hall session in the library, and I think I'm not sure what I was doing, but I can tell you one thing I wasn't doing. I wasn't studying. But anyhow, all of a sudden, I started to feel kind of, it's hot in here. Yeah. I had a tie on, I don't usually wear a tie, unless I'm going to be gardening. No. So I started to feel kind of cold sweat, and it started to get stronger and stronger. And finally I was like, I need to get out of this place. So I went up. You were supposed to stop and ask the teacher, the study hall aide, if you needed to go to the bathroom. I wasn't waiting. I just walked by her, just said, I need to go to the bathroom. And I took 3 steps and down goes Castor. Down goes Castor. Oh, man. And I can't really remember much other than I got picked up by my mom and taken home, and I was like, in the bathroom for the next. So I had some sort of flu thing. But yeah, I have a proclivity towards syncope. So dehydration, such as hangovers, not that I know about that, you're coming down sick or whatever. And of course, the aforementioned sight of lots of blood. The only time I've had syncope in my adult years, syncope is a medical term for passing out, okay? The only times I've had that in my adult years is hangovers. Hangovers! The Christmas song, the 12th day of Christmas. Hangover! Fuck it. It's a pretty good impression, I have to say. Pretty damn good impression. So that, my friends, was indeed another stupid-ass thing from my childhood. Well, now we're going to turn to our musical analysis, our musical review. And but first, I need to go change rooms. So, today's musical analysis is my song called Gravity, which in a short time you're going to see a very cool music video, if I do say so myself. And I do. So the song Gravity, so I wrote and recorded, produced the whole 9 yards, right on the doorstep of the pandemic, January, February of 2020. And one of the things I've been doing is taking these drum beat loops and pulling off cool sounding drum beats and looping them. And I'll run it, and I'll take my guitar or maybe my piano and write tunes. And that's how Gravity came along. So the drum beat was so obviously very basic song, a 3-chord song if there ever was one. F, B flat, and C. 7. Ran into a woman who I used to know. Back then I knew her better than the Bible. All right, so that's how I got the tune. But I was like, man, this has got a hip hop thing. I'm not really into hip hop. I mean, look at me. I'm ancient.
I'm ancient. Get off of my lawn, damn it.
But it immediately to my ears sounded like a hip hop thing. So I just, started coming up with this concept, and the song is called Gravity, and it's basically a song about an older dude. I'm not naming any names. An older dude coming to terms with getting old. An older dude who maybe once upon a time, maybe, had game, shall we say. Had a variety of relationships. So it's sort of a story of he bumps into an ex on the boardwalk. What boardwalk? I don't know. My personal favorite boardwalks are Ocean City, Maryland, and Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. Those are 2 of my favorite boardwalks. But it could be any boardwalk. So this is not a actual story. The names have been changed to protect the innocent. So the guy the protagonist bumps into his ex on the boardwalk. Years later, I don't know how many years later, but there is a line in the song that says, yeah, but that was 2 ago when we were Benny friends. Now we're talking about a different kind of heat. So, yeah. So the story goes, ran into a woman who I used to know. Back then I knew her better than the Bible. So yeah, it's his ex, and man, they used to have some fun in a biblical sort of way. But what happened? She caught me in a lie, and I pleaded no low. And even to this day, she finds me liable. Yeah, so in other words, yeah, he screwed her over, lied to her, she caught it, she found out, and she's never forgotten. So the boardwalk is where I saw her again, right above the place where we used to meet. So in case you're missing it, they used to get it on under the boardwalk, that very same boardwalk. So all these years later, he bumps into her on the boardwalk, and they're older now. But right above where they're standing was where they used to not know. And the rest of the verse is, but that was 2 ago. I don't know what score is. I know Abe Lincoln said 80 and something years ago, I had a mustache, but now it fell off. I don't know what score is. It's 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. I don't know. But that was 20 ago when we was Benny friends. Now we're talking about a different kind of heat. So yeah, they used to do it under the boardwalk, but now decades later, he bumps into her, and there's still heat between the two of them, but it's a different kind of heat. And then we have a little interlude between the verses. And then the second verse, the verses get better. I mean, look, I like this song. I really like this song. So verse 2 goes, the years haven't been kind to either one of us, but for me, they really took their toll. So that's an acknowledgement that, yeah, we're both older. We both look older, but man, I'm looking rough. Standing above where we used to make love, now we're billy goats waiting on a troll. Now, come on, you know what that is, right? Three Billy Goats Gruff reference, because what hip-hop song would be complete without a Three Billy Goats Gruff reference? And then shit gets real. It gets really personal. I stood without a shirt, just like I used to do, but now she wasn't breathing so heavy. By the way, my guitar's slightly out of tune, but I don't care. It's late in the evening. It's late in the evening. No. Stood without a shirt, just like I used to do, but now she wasn't breathing so heavy. So, yeah, he just like how decades ago he's there without a shirt, but she's not like wanting it, breathing heavy. She smiled in satisfaction and she called me man boobs and said, go drive your Chevy in 11, motherfucker. So man, she nailed him. And then it goes into the chorus, which is called Gravity, which is, you know, gravity.
Gravity is catching up to me. Gravity, I think you'll all agree.
Because life is gravity, and certainly getting old is gravity. Gravity, it's catching up to me. Gravity, I think you'll all agree. Gravity, what goes up must come down. Gravity, the price you pay when you're a clown. Here we go. Then there's another little musical interlude. Da 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 da. You know, so. And then it goes into the third verse. And again, the verses just get better and better. I think this, I don't know if it's my favorite verse, but it's a good one. It says, now, once upon a time, my ego would have been hurt, but now it's just like pissing on a statue. So yeah, you know, yeah, at some point in time, his ego would have been bruised, but it's just like, you're gonna hurt me at this point in my life? Fuck, I don't think so. Then this is the best line, I think, in the whole song. It's not like she's got any room to throw dirt with my name on her butt in a tattoo. That may be the best song lyric I've ever written. Yeah, it's like, okay, you know, she can call me whatever she wants, but my name is on her butt still. So now she's trying to like storm off because she seized the upper hand. She says, she told me goodbye and she said she had to go, because she had to go looking for her man. Of course she had to get that one in, that she's got a man and she's gonna go find him because you are a loser. And the next line is, I said, good luck to you and good luck to your bow. He's gonna need it with my name still on your can. So he nails her with the reminder that she got his name tattooed on her butt decades ago. And it's probably still there. Just imagine if his name was like Bartholomew. Every dude in her life's like, who's Bartholomew? I don't know. Did Bartholomew used to bang you? Yes. And then it goes back to the chorus. Gravity. I think you'll all agree. Gravity. On and on and on. And then it goes to the next little musical interlude, which is clever because it's Send in the Clowns. So yeah, I like that part too. So she took a few steps, then she turned around. She said, man, what did you just say? So yeah, so he threw that line about good luck to her man. My name's still on your can. And she took a step and said, man, what did you just say? Hands on her hips, face in a frown. And I said, well, you were hot back in the day. So she turns and glares at him. And he insults her appearance because, you know, she's given this look and she's, you know, she's at least middle-aged and probably up in middle age. So she's got crow's feet and all sorts of shit like we all do. But this dummy makes fun of it, says, well, you were hot back in the day. And then it gets wild. She slapped me in the face and then I told her to chill. And then I covered my nose like Dennis Hopper. That is a Blue Velvet reference. The movie came out in 1986, so probably it's going, but Dennis Hopper was this S&M dude and like a murderer, a criminal. And he had this mommy complex and he put on this nitrous oxide mask and have this lounge singer stripped naked for him. And it was weird. It was so weird. I highly recommend it. She slapped me in the face and then I told her to chill and I covered my nose like Dennis Hopper. Then you hear this mommy, which comes right out of the movie. Should you ever see Blue Velvet? And then the grand finale is she gets in the last word. She says, lucky for you, there's a little blue pill turned a droopy into a door stopper. Boing! And there's a sound effect of the door stopper. So obviously that's a reference to male difficulties as old age beckons. And then it gets into the chorus. So anyhow, I'm quite proud of that song. And I want you to be too. But here's the music video, which is pretty good too. Check it out.
Ran into a woman who I used to know. Back then I knew her better than the Bible. She caught me in a lie and I pleaded no low. But even to this day she finds me liable. The boardwalk was where I saw her again, right above the place where we used to meet. But that was 2 score ago when we were Benny Fins. Now we're talking about a different kind of heat. Go. just haven't been kind to either one of us, but for me, they really took their toll. Standing above where we used to make love, our billy goats waiting on a troll. I stood without a shirt, just like I used to do, but now she wasn't breathing so heavy. She laughed in satisfaction and she called me man boobs and said, go drive your Chevy in the levee. Gravity is catching up to me. Gravity, I think you'll all agree. Gravity, what goes up must come down. Gravity, the price you pay when you're a clown. Here we go. Once upon a time my ego would have been hurt, but now it's just like pissing on a statue. It's not like she's got any room to throw dirt with my name on her butt in a tattoo. She told me goodbye and she said she had to go, cause she had to go a-looking for her man. I said good luck to you and good luck to your beau. He's gonna need it with my name still on your can. Gravity is catching up to me. Gravity, think you'll all agree. Gravity, what goes up must come down. Gravity, the price you pay when you're a clown. She took a few steps, then she turned around. She said, man, what did you just say? Hands on her hips, face in a frown. I said, wow, you were hot back in the day. She slapped me in the face and then I told her to chill, and then I covered my nose like Dennis Hopper. She said, lucky for you, there's a little blue pill, turn your droopy into a doorstopper. Gravity is catching up to me. Gravity, think you'll all agree. Gravity, what goes up must come down. Gravity, the price you pay when you're a clown. Gravity, suckling blue, blues that suck. Gravity, what goes down must come up. Gravity, it's what you do to me. Gravity, close your eyes and see. Gravity, catching up to me. Gravity, gravity, what goes up must come down. Gravity.
All right, well, that's about it for us on this edition of A Very Odd Caster. And it kind of feels like we're settling into a once a month groove. You know, last year it was every week. And man, they're not paying me enough for this. You know, they're not paying me anything. But, so we will see you. We're on the doorstep of December. So we will, in all likelihood, resurface sometime next month, in the month of December. Until then, take care. Godspeed.